week off with basic materials, Scott's Miracle Grow. Put it back in perspective. We were here back in April. Our low was back September 20th. And again, we have literally been jiggling between these two lines since September 28th, really kind of entered September 21st. So until it really picks a direction and where it wants to go, I'd leave it alone. What was it? It was a couple weeks ago. Where were we? Where it looked as if it could have been right here. One of these. Looked like it was going to break out and at least maintain the 150.05. However, if it does not maintain, however, it didn't, right? But it didn't drop below the 146.56, right? This is what we basically call a squeeze, right? So, it's not a squeeze as in a short squeeze, but a squeeze because our numbers are getting extremely close. Let me see. We're starting to add this because I'm starting to get a little bit more advanced for everyone. So I'm gonna start putting in, or at least discussing trades. In order to discuss trades, I kind of need my TTM squeeze. All right, so now this understands. You make sense what I'm saying. Here's the squeeze, right? With our momentum, it's down here. So the squeeze we entered around here, but it didn't. It wasn't a squeeze until it started right around here, right? And so we're still in the squeeze. Momentum is basically null. Let's bring it back a little bit so you understand what I'm saying. So kind of the squeeze, and it fires short basically this day, and a few days later we're there. Now, I'm not going to go over the squeeze in depth. All I'm basically going to say, momentum shifts once the color changes, right? You see how color changed? And if you have two bars of the different color, then it's complete shift over. Scott's Miracle Grow, again, until it makes a decision what it wants to do, just sit in your hands. Eco Lab. Wow, this was what, Tuesday? Excuse me. Oh, this was earnings. Makes sense. On earnings, we came out. Oh, we beat on earnings. This is going to be interesting. This next couple is, yeah, I like this. I really do. Because look where we ended. All right, we almost double topped. Where did we get? 30.89, right? 31.25. Now when it's 300, or there you go, 235, right? So now if it was only a $35 stock, then we'd be kind of far away. But it's a $235 stock, so $1.25 or $1.40 is like a hiccup. So we basically double topped, got rejected, came back down almost all the way down to some decent support, which was last touched on the 18th. Right, this is the support I would have much rather have held, but look what we did. We came down and, well, we basically did hold it because this is all one day. We probably gapped down and closed up, which is good. I like Ecolab. Ecolab goes to the side. What do I like about it? I like about it because to me it's looking like we're going to try to retest right here, the 230 area. And if we can break out of that, our next target would be 248. BASFY had earnings. What did we do? We did not beat on earnings. You see how the momentum is shifting down, and then on this day, kind of have to. You see that? When it's like this, you can't see like the momentum, but when we bring it out like that, you can truly see the momentum. So that's mostly saying it gives you a little bit. The momentum is shifted to the downside, obviously, because look at the chart and huge volume. I would say path of least resistance would be down to 84.06 at that point, or really our probably first stop would be 88.32, just because we have some support right there. And after target would be 84.06. DuPont. Stay away. We got earnings on 11/2, which would be tomorrow. So I would, there's absolutely no point in talking about this until tomorrow. I mean, we could speculate, and the speculation will tell us that if they beat, we'll kind of look like this and shift higher and then trend down for 3 months. However, I have no intention on speculating like that. I'd rather just wait till the numbers come out. DOW. Wow, our basic materials are basically all in the rut right now. Here we are really close to our September lows. Looks like we're going to probably double bottom. What did we do on earnings? We beat on earnings, which is interesting. But basic materials are mostly on the way down. I would say, because look at our momentum. Path of resistance is down to the 5133. All right, BASFY. What happened over here? Yeah, okay, so the estimate is 41 cents. Don't forget, this is a international company. So if you remember 3 months ago with a few of the international companies, it's kind of stupid for us to look at the earnings because they don't show us anything. But other than that, I would also say path of least resistance is probably down to the 1758. But be very careful because we are at some, let's draw this line right here. Now watch yourself over here because we're very close to a triple bottom. So yes, path of resistance is down to the 1758. However, be very careful because we could very easily just bounce on the 17.9. Rio de Janeiro. No, well, Rio Tinto, another European stock. They had great dividend on 812. This is months ago. Yeah, path of least resistance to the gutter, right? I was trying to forget this was a $90 stock not that long ago. Now we are at a $50 stock, or basically a $63 stock, with our way headed down to 58, 51, and most have probably been down to 49.66. Ugh, bleh. This is just pooping all over the place, isn't it? Looks absolutely horrendous. But let's give ourselves, what did we do on earnings? That's really frustrating. I would have liked for it to at least hold the 51. Alright, well, we did not beat on earnings, so that makes perfect sense why we are kerplopping. So with that being said, let's give ourselves some short-term targets and then a little bit longer of a target. So our first target we've already passed, which was the 50. Now the second target of the first line, 48.74. It kind of looks like they're playing these numbers. Give it a little bit more time, and we'll see. We'll check it out next week. See if we crash ourselves down to these numbers. However, again, like I said, path of least resistance is down. Mosaic, we played Mosaic a couple weeks ago, made some decent money. Be very careful. This is one of those that goes either way. It wants to break out, as you can see, as it's holding nice and tight up here. However, I've seen this so many times where it will do a quick flush. And in this quick flush, it is a extremely volatile, nasty flush, as it will get everybody out. So I would not be surprised if it cannot break above this cluster of lines. Then just be very careful and look for a extremely rapid flush down to 38.94. Now we have earnings coming up today. Yeah, well, they're today at 10 o'clock in the morning. We have a conference call. So just keep that in mind. Watch this, but if they beat on earnings, look for a breakout. We will find out next week. Isn't the suspense? It's amazing, right? All right, we got dividends coming up. I thought, where are they? 11:18. Never mind. It's quite some time from now. This is Sherwin-Williams. Some paint. The paint, it looks like people are ready to paint the world again. Look at this. Sherwin-Williams is starting to do its thing. Really started doing its thing back September 29th. Broke to an all brand new high, 1028. Amazing. Very frustrated I did not catch this nice little run since it started 1014. I mean, obviously we caught it. I didn't trade it. So that's why I'm frustrated. Let's see, this was the 14th to the 28th, so basically 2 weeks. And we moved, excuse me, quite a bit. What do I see from here? You see how this is the extension? We kind of hit our extension. We were more hitting this long term a little bit better. So in the short term, if we can hold this 100, I would buy. But more conservative, I would wait until we at least came down to maybe about the 306. To 306 would be a little more conservative bet, and I would bet more on the 306 than I would on this short term 312.